This is FSUni's annual event. Pet Battle Tournament. 3rd grade combat pet master Sue suffered repeated defeats. Only left with a Thunderlight rat with a combat power of level 1. She saw the opponent's demon dog was so powerful that she wanted to give up directly. She had just raised her hand when suddenly, a crackling flash of electricity burst forth. Purple electric lights flickered and leaped out from below the line of sight. Sue was taken aback. When she looked down, she saw that the Thunderlight rat that had been following her had somehow jumped into the middle of the competition venue. Facing the massive demon dog that was so large she had to look up at it, she was surprised to see that it wasn't afraid. As a low-level timid pet, it seemed to be defending something, protecting something. Daniel frowned when he saw it. He was surprised that he wasn't frightened. He had thought he had already won. It was unexpectedly ruined by this little mouse. The countdown of the host has ended at this time. And he shouted, "Begin." Daniel conveyed his thoughts to get rid of it. Demon Dog opened its mouth and spewed out several dragon flames. The flames flew out like cannonballs. Thunderlight Rat did not back down. It gathered its strength and prepared to face thunder. The female judge on the stage suddenly stood up. She was also shocked by this appearance. Sue's face turned pale in an instant. Let Thunderlight Rat use lightning speed to dodge the attack. Little did she know that most of the junk food just eaten has disrupted her casting. The female judge was very disappointed. Perhaps she had expected too much of herself. In an instant, several dragon flames rushed towards the Thunderlight Rat. One flame hit the Thunderlight Rat directly. At this moment, Daniel is not planning to end the match so quickly. He slowly torments it with his mental transmissions. He wants to give this little mouse an unforgettable lesson for life. Sue saw that Thunderlight Rat was in danger. She directly activated the level 3 power enhancement skill. Demon Dog took a bite. Little did it know that Thunderlight Rat had been enhanced. All that was left behind from the lightning sprint was a lingering shadow. The judges didn't expect this lightning speed charge to be so fast. Quite interesting. Sue seized the opportunity at this moment. He directly ordered Thunderlight Rat to launch an attack. Thunderlight Rat squinted its eyes into a slit. A terrifying chill shot out from its eyes. The lightning on its body rapidly condensed, gathering above its head. The female judge now understands that she did not see it wrong just now. The gathering thunder rays also formed rapidly at the last moment. It turned out to be a blade of compressed thunder. Accompanied by the howling of thunder and fast wind, the blade of thunder suddenly projected towards the leaping demon dog. The lightning sword's light penetrated the demon dog. It broke through the barrier and shot straight into the sky. This level 1 Thunderlight Rat can actually use a level 7 skill. After the lightning disappeared, the dazzling white in people's sight gradually recovered. In one corner of the large venue, the huge body of the demon dog lay twitching on the ground, emitting a smell of burnt soot. Next to it, it was Daniel, who was already so frightened that he fell to the ground, his face pale. At this moment, the stadium fell silent. The host's eyes were about to pop out. And the audience in the stands all stared in astonishment at that. After a brief moment of silence, the inconspicuous Thunderlight Rat. The venue instantly erupted with a burst of enthusiastic cheers. Too amazing. This is truly unbelievable. Let's congratulate the winner of this game, Sue. Sue was a bit absent-minded. Just a level 1 Thunderlight Rat managed to defeat the demon dog. Who would have thought that the demon-class demon dog would actually lose? And it even lost to a regular pet Thunderlight Rat. Seeing the Thunderlight Rat slowly returning. As a student of the Stellar Pet Academy, she felt that the knowledge she had learned was being somewhat overturned. Sue suddenly thought of something. Level 7 was obviously weak just a few days ago. Could it be that black market? Sue still felt somewhat dreamlike as she held Thunderlight Rat. Throughout the entire battle, as the owner of Thunderlight Rat, a combat pet master, she actually won without participating at all. A first-level ordinary little mouse unexpectedly defeated the demon dog, with King Pet Devil Dragon lineage. The first round of the battle on the stage has ended. A Thunderlight Rat won. On the other side of the venue, Daniel gradually came to his senses. He saw the seriously injured demon dog lying next to him, barely breathing. His face immediately turned ugly. This game is unprecedented. In this round, the score is tied 1-1. Both sides will enter the final life-and-death battle. Daniel gritted his teeth. He activated the power of the contract, pulling the ladder back into the contract space. He looked at Sue with a cold gaze. However, this is the end. Daniel activated the power of the contract once again. The venue beneath their feet trembled slightly immediately after. A larger rhinoceros-like pet appeared. Sue, the earth element pet, noticed the opponent's pet and couldn't help but change her expression slightly. At this moment, the Thunderlight Rat held in her arms seemed to sense something. It struggled free from her embrace and jumped out, standing in front of her, baring its teeth and emitting a fierce lightning glow all over its body. The referee beside was also greatly surprised and somewhat puzzled. As the owner of the Thunderlight Rat, didn't she know that thunder pets are countered by earth element? Why did she still choose to send out the Thunderlight Rat to battle? Do not jump to conclusions. Just because there is a suppression due to bloodlines countering each other does not guarantee a win. After displaying a level 7 skill with first-tier strength, it is impossible to still stand on the field. The match officially begins. Let's wait and see. Daniel smirked coldly. The starlight shimmered all over his body. He quickly executed several enhancement skills. Level 2 Strength Amplification. Level 2 Wind Speed Amplification. Level 3 Hardening Amplification. Especially the third Hardening Amplification. It is his most proficient type of enhancement. Several enhancement auras flashed under the feet of the stone beast. Although the process was extremely brief, it still caused a burst of exclamations on the scene. On the opposite side, Sue saw the enhancement combat skills displayed by Daniel and instantly became alert. She hurriedly wanted to use it on the Thunderlight Rat. But with a sweep of her gaze, she was stunned to find that it had already exceeded the range of her ability to transfer. The electric light flashed once again. Thunderlight Rat quickly rushed toward Stone Beast, just at the moment when the two collided. In an instant, Thunderlight Rat's body split in two. Two Thunderlight Rats ran past Stone Beast from both sides. At first glance, it seemed as if they had been hit and split into two by Stone Beast. Thunder Shadow's residual image. At the forefront of the leader seat below the stage, several figures watching leisurely suddenly widened their eyes. How is this possible? Just having a level 7 pet skill is one thing. Another Thunder Shadow residual image of the same rank has appeared. We must recruit this Sue into our team. The Thunderlight Rat that split in half instantly confused the Stone Beast and did not engage in battle with it. It went straight to Daniel, planning to catch the thief by catching the king first. During the training with Samuel before, he once said that he wanted to constantly observe the weak on the battlefield. It prioritizes taking out enemy units to reduce their numbers. Daniel hurriedly activated the star force within his body to create a transparent barrier. Thunderlight Rat once again displayed its skill, shattering the barrier. Its compressed lightning blade on top of its head remains undiminished, rushing towards Daniel. The next moment, Daniel's figure suddenly disappeared. When he reappeared again, he was being held by a bird with a nearly transparent body. The large bird slowly descended to the ground. Daniel was unconscious and defeated. The crowd erupted in an uproar when the referee announced Sue's victory. Many students at the scene recognized the residual image of Raijin, inevitably feeling shocked. Looking at the Thunderlight Rat Sue bounding back, it all seemed like a dream. Everything is just too unreal. A regular Thunderlight Rat at level 1, directly possessing 2 level 7 skills. The mastermind behind that pet beast shop is truly unfathomable. Looking ordinary, who would have thought they were actually a top expert? I have reborn into an otherworld where pets are revered. There is also an unreliable system. Out of the 3 functions it originally had, 2 are unusable. Now I can only collect pet food for sale. Samuel opened the list of breeding grounds in the system. The top breeding ground requires 1,000 energy points. The advanced one requires 100 points. And Samuel only has 1 point of energy. Can only go to the lowest level breeding ground. Samuel chose a plane that only requires 1 point of teleportation energy. Chose to enter. The host has connected to Extraplanetary Zone 1002. Connection time is 24 hours. The host is in the novice protection period. They have obtained 30 free death chances. The host has obtained a novice space. The capacity is 1 cubic unit. It contains 3 beginner identification spell usages. Please explore on your own. A series of system prompts appeared in the mind. Samuel immediately opened his eyes. Coming into view was a desolate mountain forest devoid of any signs of civilization. Countless stars twinkled overhead, allowing a direct gaze into the vast sky. Time is money. Samuel used his mind to extract the identification spell. He used it without hesitation. All the plant information in front of the eyes appeared. He searched for a long time. Without much risk, he could only find some cheap items. With a roar, Samuel looked towards the distant pile of rocks and saw it slightly trembling, revealing an 8-tier coiling rock serpent. And in front of it was a rare rock fruit, the favorite food of flame element stellar pets. Prolonged consumption can enhance the damage of flame element skills. Pet food that can fetch a high price is always found in the most dangerous places. With limited storage space, we need to pick the expensive ones carefully. When the coiling rock serpent is about to bite him, he slid down directly and pulled up the entire rock fruit with its roots. The coiling rock serpent bit down. At the last moment, Samuel stored the rock fruit into the spatial warehouse. That's it. Sometimes Samuel is killed right after he is resurrected. Sometimes he encounters monsters only after harvesting many strange pet fruits in a row. After each death and resurrection, he quickly used up all 30 free resurrection chances. When the dark vision gradually brightened, and the familiar surroundings inside the shop came into view, he felt a long-lost sensation. He both sighed with relief and felt a tinge of regret. Samuel saw in his mind's eye the storage space packed full of pet food. He felt a hint of satisfaction in his heart. In terms of quantity alone, it is indeed very plentiful. But I wonder how the pricing system will judge. On the other hand, in a mansion, a Firebird star pet has not eaten for several days. The old master is also very worried. He keeps calling it Little F, hoping it will get better soon. The young person opened a suitcase. He said these are all the most expensive bird pet food. He also guaranteed that Little F would like it. When the granddaughter took out a millipede for Little F, Firebird coughed a few times and then spat it out directly. It also spat out black blood. This really scared everyone. The old man picked up Firebird and was about to go to the high-level Stellar Pet Hospital, afraid that Little F might be in danger later. At that moment, a grandma came in holding a red fruit and said that Little F was saved. What is this? Originally dejected, Firebird suddenly flew over and directly kissed the red fruit. The moment Firebird swallowed the red fruit, it let out a cheerful cry. Seeing the pet's reaction, the old man was also stunned. Grandma also gained some confidence. Just as the shop owner said. Grandma explained that the shop owner had instructed her. This bird has the purest and strongest attributes. If it eats too many mixed foods, it will lose its appetite. If it eats heavily, it will attack the heart with blood going backwards. As long as it regularly takes this rock fruit, it will surely turn for the better. But the younger sister suspects that the shop owner is running a shady business. Food mixed with chemicals must have issues for sure. After asking Grandma for the detailed address, she and her brother went straight to the pet beast shop. She entered the shop and immediately questioned Samuel, even threatening that there must be chemical additives in the pet food. Passers-by outside also began to discuss after hearing this. This is like butchering people with food laced with low-quality attractants. We must expose these black-hearted workshops online. At this point, the system sends a temporary task. Because the store has been unreasonably slandered, you must host evidence to prove your innocence in order to uphold the store's reputation. You have the opportunity to cultivate an infinite death plane at will. Failure will result in a deduction of 10 points. No way. Samuel had to use their low-level aqua beast to prove their innocence. He directly fed the aqua beast a blue fruit worth 8,700 yuan. After swallowing it, the level 1 aqua beast directly upgraded to level 2. Everyone saw that it actually leveled up. Is leveling up this easy now? This young man also looks very worried. He deeply understands that the treasure that can upgrade the stellar pet is definitely extraordinary. The background of this shop owner is unfathomable. He quickly apologized to the girl and bought a lot of items from the shop. The group of spectators also came up, one after another, to make purchases. They each reached out and bought merchandise enthusiastically. In this way, Samuel successfully earned more than 30,000 yuan and obtained over 300 energy points. The mission was successfully completed. He directly bought a bottle of awakening serum in the system store. So what kind of pet will be awakened after he drinks it? Just as Samuel, who had just earned energy points, had left, he immediately opened the system store. He bought a bottle of awakening serum without any hesitation. As an ordinary male protagonist, success or failure hinges on this one move. He acted first as a sign of respect. At the moment he finished drinking, he was hit by a sudden dizziness. As if his soul left his body, he became weightless. In an instant, he was enveloped in golden light, with his entire body penetrated by golden energy. He floated in the air. When everything faded away, he opened his eyes again. His ordinary body was completely renewed. He transformed into a combat pet master. A buzzing sound flew past him. He raised his hand and caught a fly by its wing. Is this the responsiveness of a combat pet master? Then it is to breed combat pet currently. Only 10 energy points can be produced once at level 1 chaotic spirit pool. But the probability is too low. To level up to level 2, you need 100 energy points. There is a small chance to breed a high bloodline stellar pet. It's worth a try. He clicked to upgrade. With over 200 energy points remaining, he deducted another 100 points. He looked at the small, dry well-like chaotic spirit pool in front of him, and Samuel felt somewhat parched and tongue-tied. He gritted his teeth and invested his energy. If he could nurture a king pet, what else would he need? He would ascend straight to the top. The dried-up chaotic spirit pool that absorbs energy. Suddenly it radiates light. In an instant, smoke billows. A faint dark light flashes in the smoke. It seems like the sound of something crumbling. After everything returns to calm, only to see a gray and white little skeleton crawling out along the edge of the chaotic spirit pool. The little skeleton is a demon-class pet at level 1 with level 1 combat power. Its ability is limb reattachment. Samuel stared at the ordinary panel. He was completely stunned. Just 100 energy. System prompt. Host has completed the nurturing task. Obtained a random combat pet master skill book. Primary combat pet master skill. Killing intent can provoke the pet's killer instinct, making it enter a state of frenzy and become fearless. Samuel was taken aback. It turned out to be a relatively rare combat pet master skill. In the advanced breeding grounds, there are many strong contenders. Perhaps no matter how many basic attribute enhancements there are, it is difficult to escape the fate of being killed instantly. Killing intent is just right for fighting against stronger opponents with small risks. This wave is not in vain. Samuel came to his senses and saw a new main task appearing on the system panel. Within a week, cultivate a pet of his own. The pet's qualification score must not be lower than above average. Samuel was surprised. When he cultivated the Thunderlight rat before, even an excellent one was only considered average to below average in qualifications. He found it hard to imagine a pet that would be considered above average. He looked at the inferior little skeleton with qualifications, realizing that the difficulty of this task was turning trash into treasure. Is anyone there? At this time, a familiar voice suddenly came from outside the shop. Is the boss here? The girl at the door is none other than Sue, and there is a blue-haired young lady next to her. Samuel listened to the voice coming out of the pet room from behind. It turned out to be that $108. Sue heard the shop owner calling her $108, and she was not happy. I am Sue, not called $108. Do you still remember the Thunderlight rat that I adopted? It's completely different from before. He couldn't believe that the premium Thunderlight rat only earned $108. Could there be some issue with the pet? Did you do something special to it? Samuel raised an eyebrow when he heard this. It involves the secrets and system of the pet beast shop. He cannot disclose it. He casually brushed it off with a response. Just a casual stroll. Just activities, that's all. After saying that, he looked towards Thunderlight Rat, who was already shivering in fear from his gaze. Sue saw Samuel's indifferent attitude and noticed that even Demon Dog was not afraid, but Thunderlight Rat was already trembling all over. In her opinion, the shopkeeper must have extraordinary strength. The sense of oppression may have already reached level 6 or above. And the blue-haired girl next to her saw Samuel's reaction, unable to help but scoff. This place simply cannot breed your Thunderlight Rat. I think you must have made a mistake. Sue shook her head to signal Cece to stop talking. Samuel watched them whispering there. But the system did not provide any temporary tasks. It seems unrelated to the relationship with the pet. Could it be you all feel that 108 yuan is too expensive? As soon as this was said, Sue seemed to see the King of Devil getting angry in her eyes. She thought to herself, Thunderlight Rat is cultivated so well. Why is it only priced at 108 yuan? Could it be that the boss is testing my sincerity? To show her sincerity, she directly transferred 1,000 yuan. She didn't expect that he would directly refuse to accept it. Sue was stunned. What's the situation? Is it not enough? Sue came to her senses and handed over another 5,000 yuan. The transfer still failed. This is not enough. Cece beside her is speechless. What's the deal with repeatedly trying to send money? Can't bear to give up the child, which won't keep the wolf away. This is a rare opportunity to make connections with the big shots. She transferred another 10,000 over. Sue was completely confused by this. What's going on? The more Samuel looked, the unhappier he became. She still didn't believe it. She refused the money. With a ruthless heart, she added another 0 and turned away. Upon seeing the transfer of $100,000, Samuel was overjoyed. Do you think he will receive the income? He is an ordinary person, yet he possesses an extraordinary system.